you might have to delete something or use another computer, and that's because Virtual World is such a big program, right? So like the computer that I use for Virtual World is my PC, and there's nothing else on it, so it helps the program run faster. But let me know if you need help. I'll ask for suggestions also from Mr. Miller or NCAR, and maybe he has some ideas of what you could do to help that too.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I see smiley faces from Caleb. Gracias, Caleb. Gracias, Kennedy. Ashton forgot how to get on Zoom, so I'm just going to quickly send him my Zoom link. Go to, sorry guys, lo siento, un momento, por favor. Take a look at the top part of the lesson here, but I did want Ashton to be able to join us. Go to that website and then fill in or join meeting 92708 and 7646. There we go. Hopefully he's able to join. All right. So Virtual World Español Nivel 1, Level 1, Semestre 2. So let's take a look at la fecha de hoy. And today es el 7 de enero. I want you guys to say that out loud in your house. The 7th of January. El 7, the 7th, de enero. So that would be of January. Can I get Peyton to tell us la fecha, por favor? What's the date?
Like in Spanish?
Yeah, it's just at the top of our lesson. It says el 7 de enero. Can you say that?
El 7 in I can't. Sorry.
It's okay.
Enero.
Yeah, say once more, de enero.
De enero.
Perfecto, gracias. So we're in the month la mes de enero, and that's the word for January. And if you'll notice that enero isn't capitalized, you'll find that in Spanish sometimes. Sometimes they don't capitalize things we do in the English language, like months. So it's a little bit different, but enero is a good one to memorize. Let's take a look at la introducción. Thank you, Peyton, for sharing the date with us. Bienvenidos de nuevo todos. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had un fantástico Christmas break and feel ready to learn más español. Más means more, and then español means Spanish, of course. Today we're going to start the class. I just want to give you guys a little bit of housekeeping, so I want to go over a couple technical things that I need to share with you, and then we're going to play a review game to get our Spanish brains warmed up. So a lot of you might have been studying Spanish over the Christmas break, but some of you might need a little bit of a refresher, so we're going to play a game for that. And then I want to spend some time talking about our house tour project and be able to answer any questions that you might have, as well as I'm going to go into 3DU with you, and I'm sorry for I think that's Peyton's 3DU is not working. Someone can possibly share their screen and you can see what I'm going to do, because I'm going to go into a house and give a tour and you guys can see exactly what it will be like. So first of all, let's start with some housekeeping. So I'm bringing these 2 points to all of my classes, and I don't know if it relates directly to you guys, because but there has been a few students that have been doing something called vandalizing in 3DU. And what that looks like in 3DU is copying and creating a whole bunch of objects and then placing objects where they don't belong. And sometimes the objects are in other people's houses, and some of my students have become upset because they're saying, "Where's all this junk coming from?" And sometimes they'll put it in the road, or they're just not being mindful. So mindful is a good word that we like to practice in 3DU. So we want to be mindful of other people's experiences too, and their learning experiences. So we don't do anything in 3DU that's going to possibly upset someone or get in the way of someone else's building, that kind of thing. So I don't think anyone in this class is having a problem with this right now, but it's something that I'm going to be enforcing a lot more because quite a few instances have come up this term already, or last term, about vandalizing, and some students are not being mindful. So I just want to let you guys know that that's a stern rule. It's part of respecting the learning environment, isn't it? So just as a reminder. Also, yeah, go ahead, Peyton.
It's Ashton.
Oh, hi, Ashton. You made it.
You know the course page?
Moodle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know all those boxes on it?
Maybe.
Is that what we're supposed to be doing?
No, that's a really good question. So I'm not using Moodle at all yet.
Oh, that just scared me because I thought I hadn't done anything.
Oh yeah, I know it looks a little bit scary. If you were to look on there, there's a whole bunch of stuff that isn't organized and it's not directly to do with our class. So don't look up Moodle yet for reference at all. I'm doing everything by in class and then emails back and forth. So we send everything by emails right now.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get Moodle set up for sometime this year, but I just have a lot on my plate right now. But I want that eventually to be the way that we send in assignments. It's a really nice, easy way for both of us, student and teacher, to keep track of those kinds of things. So we will do that, but you will know. You'll not be in the dark, and I will let you know, okay? Awesome, guys. Last thing about housekeeping is chat etiquette during class. So etiquette is kind of like another word for manners or different ways that we want to behave. So chat etiquette. So I know that we had said that it's good to ask, like this, exactly what Ashton did is perfect. He said, I have a question, and he put it in the chat box, and then I was able to see that and answer him. Just know that whatever you're putting in the chat box, it's kind of like you're yelling in class because everybody can read it. So I want you to think about these things before you say something. If you're not sure if it's something that you should be saying in the chat box at that time, ask yourself, is it kind? Is it necessary? And is it true? And if one of the things isn't that, like if the thing that you want to say isn't kind or isn't necessary, or necessary meaning related to the class and what we're doing, and then if it's true, and if it's not those things, I want you to think twice about saying it. And that's because we're just trying to make a learning environment where everybody can pay attention and everyone feels comfortable in the learning environment. Does that make sense? All right. Boys and girls, I'd love for us to start the class also. Before we play our game, I would love to just talk about what we did and thinking about what your favorite thing that you did over the Christmas holidays was. And you can answer by saying this. So do you see at the bottom of the first page there is blue writing that says, mi cosa favorita, and then that last word is fue. And what that means is me means my, say me in your house, me. And then thing or favorite thing, remember how in Spanish you have the descriptive word after the noun? So it's flipped. So it's actually the translation is my thing favorite. But we say mi cosa favorita to say my favorite thing. Practice saying that in your house. Mi cosa favorita. And then you can add on fue, and that's kind of, I'm going to put in brackets the phonetic spelling, so how it sounds when you say it. Fue. Okay, so durante sus vacaciones, so during your vacation, ¿cuál fue, so which was your favorite thing? Su cosa favorita. So think about that now. And I want you guys to answer when I call on your name. I want you to answer starting your sentence with this blue sentence starter. Mi cosa favorita fue. And then fill in the rest of your sentence with, in English, if you like, what your favorite thing was that you did over the holidays. So again, you can listen. Mi cosa favorita fue. So I'll answer. Mi cosa favorita fue sleeping in till 10 a.m. That was my favorite thing. I like sleep, apparently. So I'm going to start by asking Caleb, and then I'll go down the list. Caleb, ¿cuál fue su cosa favorita? Which was your favorite thing? I'm going to answer starting with mi cosa.
Mi cosa favorita fue opening presents with my family at Christmas.
Nice! That would be a great thing to do. Super fun. And that's good. So I noticed you put S at the beginning, but you don't need to put, or sorry, S at the end of your starter sentence, but you don't need to put S because fue means was. So you don't, well, you wouldn't say like was is, but all you need to say is fue. Gracias. Excelente, Caleb. So happy you got to do that. Courtney, ¿cuál fue su cosa favorita? What was your favorite thing?
Mi cosa
Favorita fue?
was probably spending time with my family and friends.
Oh, nice. Can you say again, favorita fue?
Favorita fue.
Gracias, excelente. Jaden, ¿cuál fue su cosa favorita?
Mi cosa favorita fue drinking hot chocolate.
Drinking hot chocolate. Deliciosa. Peyton, ¿cuál fue su cosa favorita?
Mi cosa favorita fue
Fue. Yeah, fue. Say again.
opening presents
Nice.
and eating.
And and just eating in general?
Yeah.
Nice. Maddie, ¿cuál fue su cosa favorita?
Mi cosa favorita fue opening presents.
Excelente. Hey, I'm sensing a pattern here. Do you guys like opening presents by any chance? Awesome, Maddie. Muchas gracias. Kennedy, ¿cuál fue su cosa favorita?
Mi cosa favorita fue I got to hang out with my dog a lot, which is nice.
Nice. Hanging out with your dog. Cool. What kind of dog is it?
I have a Bichon.
Cute. Ashton, ¿cuál fue su cosa favorita?
Mi cosa favorita fue hanging out with friends and family.
Excelente. And can you say mi cosa?
Mi cosa?
Gracias. Nice, guys. Well, I'm so glad that you got to do that all, and I'm excited to have you back in la clase de español. So let's continue on with our learning, shall we? I'm going to scroll down, and in the pink it says review game. And we're going to spend a few minutes just reviewing some of the vocabulary that you have been learning since Septiembre. So here's how it's going to go. For this game, I'm going to pick a vocabulary category. And when I say go, I want you, maybe I'll count down. I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. I want you to write as many words in one of the chat boxes as you can. But don't press enter until you've written all of the words that you can think of. And then when I say stop, then somewhere around then press enter. And then I can see all of the words that you have. So some of you might not be able to type too quickly, so I'm going to give you like maybe 1 or 2 minutes. And don't worry if you can't think of all of them, but this is just to exercise our brains. So boys and girls, what category? There's greetings, polite words, animales, colores, vocabulario de Navidad, o la casa, so household. Give me a suggestion. What category should we use? Type it in the chat box if you want a special category. Animales, Courtney says. And gracias for letting me know that, Kennedy, that your internet might not be the best, that I am recording this lesson too. So if you cut out, I can send it to you that way too. Animales. All right, that's 2 votes for animales. Let's do animales. So, animal vocabulary. Type it in the chat box. Don't press enter till I say stop, but get all the words you can think of. 3, 2, 1, go. If you can't think anymore, then you can stop. And we're going to actually stop in 10 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop or para in Espanol. So fingers down and press enter and tell me what vocabulary words you got. Awesome. Woo, you guys got a lot. Look at the spelling. Amazing. Some of those were hard to spell. Turbon. Nice, Jaden. Awesome. I will get Maddie to read out hers first, and then I'll get Caleb, and then I'll get Courtney, and then Ashton and Jaden to read yours out. Go, Maddie.
Perros and gatos.
Gatos. See. Read yours out, Caleb.
Perro, caballo, gato, cangrejo, araña, tortuga, para, león, conejo, pez.
Wow, you have such quick pacing at reading. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Go ahead, Courtney.
Perro, gata, pez, oso, alígula.
Amazing, asombroso. Y Ashton, go ahead.
Tagina, perro.
Pero nice. Jaden, go ahead.
Tortuga, elefante, turbón.
Muy bien. All right, shall we do one more category? We have greetings and polite words, colores, Navidad, or la casa. Type in the chat box if you have a request of which one you'd like to do. Courtney says colors. Okay, actually, Caleb has suggested La Casa, and I think I'll do La Casa because that's going to also help you for your next upcoming project. And Jaden, can you just turn off your mic, por favor? Let's do vocabulario de la casa, so of the house. En 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, and go. Okay, let's do 10 more seconds. That's okay, Maddie. I'm sure you'll remember in a minute. All right. 3, 2, 1, y para. Stop. Go ahead and press enter. Nice. Maddie, take a look at some of those words. You might recognize some. Excelente, you guys. You have so many. Muchas palabras, many words. Go ahead, Ashton. I'd love for you to read yours out first.
Pudra horno casa desparto escorbuto istante.
Excelente. And can you say puerta?
Puerta.
Say once more, puerta.
Puerta.
Excelente. Y that H on horno is silent. So say horno.
Horno.
Gracias. Jaden, go ahead.
Una buena mesa, la cocina, el baño.
Sí, gracias. Go ahead, Caleb.
Casa, sala de estar, baño, cocina, computadora, teléfono.
And then what do you have at the end there?
I meant fregadero. By that, I just forgot.
Okay, fregadero. Gracias. Courtney, go ahead.
Misa, silla, televisión, cama, fregadero, puerta, nevera.
Muy bien. Can you say mesa?
Misa.
Gracias. Awesome, guys. You have different rooms of your house, and you also have different things like a telephone and a computer and a door and detailed things. So that's really good. The more you know, the better. And so good for you if you guys remembered some. And if you didn't remember any, then that might be an area that you might want to focus on for extra practice. I know that we have our house tour, and it's going to be easier for you to remember if you have it in your memory, some of those vocabulary words. So, bien hecho, well done, mis amigos. Let's continue on. I want to get through a couple different things here. If we have time at the end of class, we could potentially play more of this game, but let's look at some nuevo vocabulario. And this is para dar. So, in order to give, dar means to give. That's a regular or an irregular verb, to give. And then direcciones, that's a cognate word. So this is to give directions. Now in our house tour, you're going to incorporate a few direction vocabulary words at the beginning of your house tour. And I'll show you and model what that looks like for you later today. But first, let's learn some nuevo vocabulario, some new vocabulary. Número uno, vamos. That means go, or more commonly, let's go. Stay in your house right now. Vamos. Vamos. And can I get Ashton to say vamos?
Vamos.
Gracias. And I used the word para in today's juego, in our game today, and that means stop. So if you're even in a Spanish-speaking country, you might see a stop sign that says para on it. And do you see how I have an upside-down exclamation mark? Say in your house, para. Para. Kennedy, say para out loud, por favor. Is Kennedy here? I think she had left because of the internet. Okay. Let's get Maddie to say para, por favor.
Para.
Gracias. Awesome job. If we want to tell someone to turn, you say cruza. And we know that the Z always makes the S sound, a sound in Espanol. So we say cruza. Say cruza en su casa, in your house, ahora, right now. Cruza. And can I get Peyton to say cruza, por favor?
Justo.
Awesome. And Jaden says he went to Puerto Vallarta and they had para signs. Good. Well, I'm glad you saw that, Jaden. There you go. And directions are actually a really good thing to know if you're traveling too, because you might be lost and you might need to ask a local where you are, and they might be giving you these words. So if you know these, it's going to help you in life. Número 4. To the right. A la, that means to, and then la means the. Derecha. A la derecha. Say that en su casa. A la derecha. Jaden, can you tell me a la derecha?
A la derecha.
Gracias. To the right. Y, what is to the left then? Número 5, number 5. This is a big word, and you're going to do great. A la, to the. Listen, and then say en su casa. Izquierda. And Jaden, can I get your mic turned off, por favor? Say again. Izquierda. Remember that Z makes the S sound, and what I'm going to do is put little marks, and I'm going to split up that word in my brain, and I'm going to break it into 3 parts so it's easier to say. That's a strategy I like to use. Izquierda. 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 And can I get Courtney to say to the left in Espanol?
A la izquierda.
Nice. Can you say again? Izquierda.
Izquierda.
Gracias. Now say it all once more. A la izquierda.
A la izquierda.
Gracias. That will have to be one that might take a little bit of extra practice, but you know what? I love that word. I do, and I know you will too. So extra practice with that one. Izquierda, izquierda. That Q and U, remember that in all Spanish words, the Q and the U always make the K, like a K sound. So you might have recognized quesadilla, right? Quesadilla. And you might see the word K in Spanish words. That means usually that or how. Número 6. The next word. La próxima palabra es camina. Say camina. Camina. Caleb, can you say camina?
Camina.
Gracias. And that means walk. And sometimes you'll hear the word anda, and that also means walk. But you can just use camina. Número 7. If you want to say, look at this house. Or sometimes you'll hear people in the store in Spanish-speaking countries. I heard a couple of kids go, mira, mira. And they were wanting to show each other something that was for sale in the store. So you can say, mira. That means look. Say mira en su casa. Mira. Muy bien. And then if you want to say sit down, you can say siéntate. Say that en su casa. Siéntate. Here's another one I like that you might want to use in your house tour, número 9. Follow me es sígame. Say it en su casa. Sígame. And can I get Ashton to say sígame?
Sígame.
Gracias. Y número 10. You might want to use this one too. I added this morning, but if you want to say this way, you can say por aquí. Now, these 2 words literally mean not this way, but it's kind of like a phrase. Sometimes in Spanish we have phrases where it's not the literal words. And we also have that in English too, like it's raining cats and dogs kind of thing. It doesn't actually mean cats and dogs, but it means something. So por usually means like the word for, F-O-R, in Espanol, but we're using it to mean this. And aquí usually means here. And so it's not the literal, but it's just something that will have to be memorized. Por aquí, this way, por aquí. Awesome. Número 11, you want to say come. Say if you want to say come this way. You can say ven. Say ven en su casa. Ven. Remember that E has the A sound. Ven. Ven. So if I want to say come this way, I say ven por aquí. Ven por aquí. Would anyone like to challenge themselves to say come this way in Espanol? Type in the chat box if you want to say it out loud. Ven por aquí. Go ahead, Maddie.
Ven por aquí.
Gracias. Excelente. And número 12, so behind you. Detrás de ti. And ti is another way of saying you, but we only use it in certain sentences. But for this one, it's okay to use it. Detrás de ti. Say that out loud. Detrás de ti. Excelente. And then the next one, beside you. Al lado de ti. Say that out loud. Al lado de ti. Can I get Jaden to say beside you in Espanol? So it's number 13.
Al lado de ti.
Gracias. Excelente. And last but not least, we have in front of you. And this one will be more easy to remember. Jaden, please remember to turn off your mic after because there's quite a bit of feedback. Gracias. And in front of you, the S, en frente de ti. And remember, de means of. So this is a nice, this is a sentence that kind of makes more literal sense. En frente de ti. Say that en su casa. And can I get Peyton to say en frente de ti?
En frente de ti.
Yeah, can you try once more? En frente.
En frente
And then de ti.
de ti.
Gracias. Awesome job, guys. All right, we have a few more minutes, quite a bit, we have 25 more minutes left of class. So I want to talk about our house tours now. So today we played a game, we shared what we did over the holidays, we learned some new vocabulary, and now we're going to go over our homework. So please scroll down. Give me a smiley face, boys and girls, if you can see it where it says su tarea, which means your homework, and then you'll see in red right below it. Gracias, Courtney. Gracias, Maddie. Gracias, Ashton. Look at all your different versions of smiley faces. Me gusta. I like it. Just going to be waiting on Jaden and Caleb. We're looking at the homework right now, and Peyton. So I just want you to give me a smiley face when you are looking at su tarea. I believe it's on the third page, the top of the third page. Gracias, Caleb. How about you, Jaden, Peyton? Can you see the homework? Right below the directions vocabulary on the lesson. Gracias, Peyton. And how about you, Jaden? Excelente. Gracias, Jaden. Okay, boys and girls. So, house tours. So you have been working on your houses. So I hope over the holidays you were able to get some of that done. You may have up to like 5 objects. So today I want to talk about the whole house tour, what it's going to look like, and you guys have got started already, so it's not going to be too much for you to complete this. But from today, you have 2 weeks to complete everything that has to do with the house tour. We're going to start our house tour. So you guys are going to present your houses. You're going to take us to your house in 3DU when you're all done. And you're going to have prepared a little paragraph that is like a tour. So I want you to be thinking about what kinds of things would you say to your friends or family if you took them on a house tour. Say you just bought a house or you just built a house and you're going to take them for a tour. And we can talk about what kinds of things you might want to say for that too. You also have a little, what I mean by script is your paragraph. So you're going to have your physical house in 3DU that you've decorated. That's the first part. And remember, that's at least 10 items. So you've maybe added a piece of artwork or a TV or have built something in the backyard. It's totally up to you. And the second part of your assignment is to have a little bit of writing that you did. And you're going to read out that little paragraph during your presentation. Now, if you would like to memorize your paragraph and then read it out, you're allowed. But for those who don't think that they can memorize it or think it's too challenging for them to memorize, that's okay. You can write it out and it's like an open book, so you can read it as you're giving your presentation. But of course, you're going to want to have practiced reading it before so you feel comfortable, right? So scrolling down, number 1 of your tarea is finish adding your 10 items. So a minimum of 10 items. You can have 30 items if you want. You can have 100 items if you want. You won't get enough time to tell about all of them during class, of course, but at least 10 I want you to know the names of, and you're going to talk about those 10 items when you give your house tour. So, esta es mi televisión. This is my TV. That's all you have to say. You just have to know the names and tell us the names. After you've done decorating your house with your 10 items minimum, you can start working on your paragraph. You can start working on this even before you finish your items in your house too, if you like. So I can call it a paragraph or a tour script, whatever you want to call it. You can open up a Word or a Google Doc, and this is what you're going to say during your house tour. So you might want to say something like, welcome to my house, or this is my kitchen, this is my TV, that kind of thing. Once your paragraph is finished, do email it to me. This is going to be like a little an assignment, right? So I'm going to be checking for accents and spelling, and I just want to be checking in with how you're doing for forming your sentences. And when I mark those, I can send them back and give you some suggestions. But just try your best, and it's okay if it's not perfect, of course. And that's what you'll read out during your house presentation in 2 weeks. So when you're forming your sentences, use your class notes and Spanish Dict to help you create sentences. And SpanishDict.com will also help you hear the words while you're practicing speaking it aloud before your presentation. Make sure that your paragraph includes something like welcoming phrases and guides your classmates around your house as you say the names of your 10 objects. And you also may want to introduce them to rooms in your house. For instance, esta es mi cocina. This is my kitchen. And then maybe in your kitchen you have one of those items that you put in there. So you can say, this is my, maybe it's flowers or a piece of bread or whatever you've added, a cereal box. And that will be in its Spanish name. That you'll tell us what that is. The part of your script that is going to help you with our vocabulary that we learned today is our directions vocabulary. So in your script, at the very beginning, I want you to add at least 3 Spanish directions that will guide us to your house from the street or from a location that's close by your house. Don't do it very far away. Sorry, lo siento, my computer is making some funny noises. It was distracting me. Okay. Don't put yourself too far away from your house and then direct us, because you don't want to take too much time to bring us to your house. Remember, we only have an hour of class, so just kind of be a few feet away from your house, and then you can say go straight or follow me, sígame, a la derecha, or cruza a la derecha, turn to the left. And then you can say stop when we get to your house if you wanted, like para. So use at least 3 of your Spanish directions. See, Courtney, you may be excused. And then number 3, practice speaking your house tour script aloud. And you're going to want to do that before class, of course, or before your presentation in 2 weeks. And SpanishDict.com is going to help you with pronunciation. So that's that website I like to use a lot. All right. Before I give you a model, so I'm going to take you into 3DU in a minute, and we're going to go to a special traditional Spanish house called an adobe house. And I'm going to give you a house tour to show you what it might be like for you. But before we do that, do you have any preguntas, any questions? Okay, actually, before we do that, just scroll down and look at some of the house tour vocabulary phrases I put in the lesson. So we can create some things like this. What are some things you might want to say for your house tour? Tell me now in the chat box. Bienvenidos a mi casa means welcome to my house. That might be something that you want to say in the beginning. Is there anything else you can think of that you would want me to put on the list? And I can put this in the class notes. I can put the Spanish in the class notes for you if you like. So I put bienvenidos a mi casa, welcome to my house. I put vamos, let's go. And then I put esta es mi. Boys and girls, do you see where it says esta and then slash este es mi? Esta and este mean this. But depending on what you're talking about, esta is feminine, right? Because it has an A at the end. So if you're saying, for instance, esta es mi cocina, cocina is feminine. And because you're saying this is my house and house is feminine, you're talking about your house, you want to choose esta. You want to choose that version of this, not este, because este would be something like este es mi baño. So baño is masculine, so I use the masculine form of this, which is este. Does that make sense? Welcome back, Courtney. Okay. So esta or este, that will be up to you to decide, but you can say esta es mi casa, esta es mi cocina, la sala, that kind of thing. Boys and girls, let's go ahead. I'm gonna get out of this classroom now and I'm gonna teleport to the adobe house. So follow me, sígame, vamos, let's go. And I'm gonna give you a house tour. And you can see what it's going to be like. So we are going to go to this adobe house. Now this adobe house, this is a traditional Spanish house. And some of... Yeah, go ahead.
Can you share your screen?
Oh, yes. Actually, I can't. Can I have another student please share their screen for Peyton?
I can.
Gracias, Jaden. Awesome. And can you just turn off your mic again, Jaden? There we go. Gracias. Okay, so this adobe house that we're looking at right now, these are the traditional Spanish houses. Now, these were made out of something called mud bricks. So basically, bricks made out of mud. And some of the oldest buildings still standing in the world right now are the traditional Spanish adobe houses, and you will find these all over the world. But this is kind of like how the architecture looked like. So they were very wide houses, usually one level, and these were built to withstand weather, and some people say that they can withstand earthquakes and that kind of thing. So they're very strong. This es la casa de Señorita Cellini. So this is actually not my house, but this is our other Spanish teacher's casa. Y she has decorated this place, and you might be able to get some ideas. So I'm going to say my tour now. So I said, vamos. I said, sígame. So follow me. And now I'm going to say, cruza a la derecha. So turn to the right. And those were my 3 directions. That's all you need. Bienvenidos todos. Welcome everybody a mi casa adobe, to my adobe house. Esta es mi sala. So this is my living room. Esta es mi sala con 3 sofas. So I have 3 couches. Y esta es mi televisión. This is my television. Vamos por aquí. So let's go this way. A la derecha, to the right. Remember, Peyton's looking at your screen right now, Jaden, so try and follow me. Gracias. Esta es mi cocina con un horno. Esta es mi mesa con 4 sillas with 4 chairs. This is my table with 4 chairs. And that's basically it, guys. So you're going to go around your house, and then at the end, once you've shown us your 10 items that you have and introduced us maybe to some different rooms, you can say a nice closing sentence that will close your tour. You can say something maybe like, eso es todo. So that's all. Gracias por venir todos. So thank you for coming. And I will have some of those phrases in your class notes. All right? And so that will help you out, but feel free to create your own sentences and create your own house tour unique to you, just following the criteria, of course. Gracias, Jane. You can stop sharing your screen now. If you think these houses are cool, you can find these houses again. You can save a teleport to this area, but this is like a traditional Spanish village we're in right now. So you can also find it if you open up your web box on the right-hand side. And once you're in Spanish World, and I believe there is the Adobe Village in the list. I'm just checking right now to make sure that that's what it's called, but you can find, there's a church that's really cool, and these are quite realistic. Yes, it's number 26 on the list. It's Adobe Village in 3D if you want to visit again. Kennedy, sorry, I just saw that you asked for the lesson. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you on that, but we're actually done for the day. We're a little bit early. Boys and girls, before I let you go, before we pray and you're dismissed, do you have any preguntas? Any questions about this house tour? This is kind of your main homework for the next 2 weeks. So you're going to have quite a bit more time to make it an awesome presentation. Excited. No preguntas? Okay, mis amigos. I am going to pray and then you'll be dismissed. And because you have 10 minutes, perhaps you can get started on the homework. That's always a good idea, and then you don't have to worry about it later. All right, let's just say a prayer. Dear God, thank you for this day. I pray that these kids have a wonderful rest of the week and that they're healthy. And Lord Jesus, anyone in their families that are experiencing difficulties or challenges, I just pray that you provide strength for us during this new year and motivation to improve ourselves and just feel at peace with everything that's going on in our life right now. Thank you for all the blessings, Lord Jesus. We love you so much. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.